decks or the mono black decks, but it seems like everybody's playing um, the field decks or like little aggressive decks like Red Deck Wins or Mardu Knights or whatever to try to get past the field deck in this event, from what I've gathered from reading Twitter. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and try a deck just slightly bigger than those to try to prey on those, while still having, questing beast and collision and hellkite to maybe be able to punch, and a reasonably quick clock to be able to try to punch through the field of the dead decks. I think we'll struggle if we get paired versus a lot of fire decks because they play Deafening Clarion, they play Time Wipe, stuff like that. Um, so this deck's always been kind of decent, but I think it gets improved quite a bit by we now have 16, and if you include this, we can call it 18 haste creatures. But the thing I like the most about it is in the past we had to play Llanowar Elves really to make the mana work, and I'm really just hoping this Once Upon a Time really gets the Spell Collector on one a lot more often. Don't know if it'll work or not. Could just go over here and lose 2 quick games. And that would, I don't know, kind of sad. Well, we go first, but we have no green mana. Um, don't think this hand's good enough. Hey, who cares? What's up? I really want to keep it. I really like this card. We have a removal spell, but having a double green spell I think is too much. Alright, I'm pretty happy we mulligan now. Well, we got what we wanted. I said step one was we wanted to get paired versus little aggro decks. We immediately get paired versus a little aggro deck. Or I'm gonna assume we've now got paired versus somebody playing a precon, not realizing that they have access to every deck. So they have some kind of instant. This is an Anaref type deck. Haste on 2, haste on 3, haste on 4. Goodbye, my friend. You will be missed. We're using the Mirage lands today. Avon drew the mountain, which is why the mountain is so beautiful. Is your kind of party. Kind of surprised that they're still attacking with their Death Touch thing. I didn't play that in case they have a removal spell. Though I could have played this, ticked up for mana, and then played that too. I was just kind of assuming they'd have a removal spell. They did not. See what assuming gets you, right? So we can play this turn? Yeah, our opponent never drew much. 1-0. $11 to go. We have lost this dice row. Hand's not very good on the draw, but I still think it's a keep. So we're now paired versus a Fires deck, it appears, which is one of the decks that I've already said that I think we would do very badly versus. We're trying to dodge this match. We're fine playing versus anything but the Fires decks. Fires decks just have way too many sweepers, which is quite a large problem. Observe, a sweeper. That Fires would be cool if we get to play it next turn. This is our second match run, and we got paired versus a Precon in our match 1, so it's pretty hard to disdain anything at all from that. But so far I like it. I mean, limited sample size and all of that, but it's doing the type of things that I want to be doing. I think we're just gonna make a 4/4 with haste, and it's gonna be the +1 because of the Domri, and we're gonna get Rowdy. Next turn we can play the Questing Beast with the Collision and attack through like a Sarkhan. I have to make the decision on whether we're going to kill Sarkhan or not. JK. We're definitely going to just kill Sarkhan, but... Alright, so to give +4/+2, we need to do that. Or we can do the other. It doesn't really matter. So... get a green here. We play this. We play this. We kill this. We put Vilma at 5. We kill Sarkhan. And even if they have a Realm Cloak Giant, we get to finish them off with the Questing Beast next turn. We're currently 1-0. Looking good this game. Also have access to this, or just untapping and pinging twice with it, or pinging with this. I mean, we got a lot of options now. I find it hard to believe that they can kill the board and the Domri though, and if they can't kill the board and the Domri, then the questing beast is good enough. Okay, so they're just dead. This does nothing here. They're dead on board. I don't even have to use another card. What is that little thing? Oh, it's little hands. Um, he said nice, but he was dead anyway. We could have just activated the Sarkin to do the additional damage. Alright, 2-0. Let's keep on moving on. Oh, that come from our daily stuff. For a second I thought we won something, but nah. Ten away. We won the dice roll. Hand's fairly medium, but we have a Once Upon a Time. I think the Once Upon a Time makes it good enough to keep, because it'll probably find us the land we want. Because there's a lot of like Mardu Knights and stuff running around, I think I'm going to look for the red mana on my turn. That could just be wrong. Alright, whatever. I'm going to pass. We'll get more information if we draw red mana, then we can look for a creature, I guess. Probably struggle versus an elemental deck. Alright, well we didn't draw it, so now we just have to go digging. Pretty sure I'll be killing that, but I guess we'll pass here and find out. They might play something else. Right, I'm definitely going to use it now that we see Field of the Dead and assume they're not playing elementals anymore. I think Mono Black's still pretty good. Like, at the beginning of the day, I listed it as either the second or third best deck. I believe the best two decks to be... Well, I believe the best deck to be Fires, and I believe the... Oh, that's kind of interesting. I believe the best deck to be the Field decks, and either the second best deck at the current moment to either be the Fires decks or the Mono Black decks. So we could... play a land, jam with the robber, hope they block, or we could just 7 them. Kinda wanna hope they block. Ooh. Didn't block. Too smart, too smart. It's a small issue. That's significantly less of an issue. They have Yark? That's interesting. So they can probably finish this off with a shock. They play Yark next turn, it blocks the biggest one. Might not actually be able to deal damage to them again. I think we're just gonna pass. they have some kind of Raffigot or whatever, like the Questing Beast Shock Winds from here. Not significantly concerned about that card. I'd be worried about a Circuitous Route. Alright, so we win. Oh, that's a legendary creature. We don't win. Oh, I'm so much worse in this game than I thought I was. Uh-oh. I wasted a shock when I should have killed a Sheevan Reef. I'm bad. I didn't realize these were legendary. Why is this card worth so much money if it's legendary? Oh, well, we can still draw a shock no matter what. What in the world are you? So, shock and a collision are our best two draws, I guess. But we're probably dead without a shock. We can also just draw a flyer. Yeah, well, I played this game pretty poorly. Oh wait, never mind. They didn't leave mana up for this. So I guess they just died to the Questing Beast either way. Alright, awesome. Who needs to read cards when you can just draw Questing Beasts? That's why that card's worth so much. Alright, figured it out. Figured it out. Wait, there was a problem communicating with the server. Does that mean my win didn't count? It's a draw. Awesome. And it says I have a third win now. Who knows? Who knows what's going on here? Alright, 9 away. Who knows? It said it was a draw. Hey, we won a dice roll again. Certainly keep the 7. We're going to Once Upon a Time on turn 1 because they are 1-drops in this deck. Might find a Pelt Collector. Ooh, Robber to Riches. Do I want Robber or do I want Questing Beast more? Questing Beast has been our best card by a lot, but Robber on 2 seems kind of neat. Alright, we're going to take the Robber on 2. Let's get physical, physical. I like how it pulls that little arrow up. For those of you who don't like to read cards, which is me, I don't like to read cards, this little Robber of the Rich has reach for some rando reason. Which is hilarious to me. He is or they are a human archer rogue. Archer. So, I mean, it makes sense. Why do they just tack Archer onto that card? Well, either way, at least we have a relevant play next turn. I don't know whether I would rather play... Well, I guess that answers our question. I wasn't 100% sure whether I was going to play the Robber or whether I was going to play the Domri or whether I was going to play the Teferi, but... When we hit the Robber, or when we hit the thing we could cast off of the Pelt Collector, that seems to make it easy. Is that? Okay. Please don't kill our Robber. We like our Robber. Our Robber is our Robber. looks like they're getting ready to kill Robber. They keep highlighting one card to the other, so they're trying to decide who's going to get the Oath of Kaya. This is another sweeper deck, though. The sweeper decks are what I didn't want to get paired versus. Oh, wait. Never mind. Never mind, famo. Alright. Whoa? Interesting decision now. They can cast Oath of Kaya because of the egg, so I'm tempted to put the Robber to Rich back in my hand. If I draw something that I have to spend my mana on the following turn, I can always just replay it. I still have 2 more lands. I'll put you in my hand. Don't know if that's right, but protecting one of my only two threats from a Kazraf seems fairly relevant at the moment. This also protects our best creature from an Oath of Kaya. I did not watch Corey. I have no idea what Corey played. I cannot comment on that, Murph. The Robbers have been fantastic, though. Also, Murph, how did you end up doing? I know you were practicing Golos for it. Yeah, 4-0, moving on to the next match. We've beat two sweeper decks so far. That's pretty awesome. I'm assuming since you're not bragging, it didn't go well, because the Murph I know brags immediately when he does well. We have won 3 dice rolls as well, which has helped. It's a medium man, but I'll keep it. Too tired from work, or did you go out and have a good time? Why were you tired? What happened? Inquiring minds need to know, Murph. So we're just going to draw a Pelt Collector on turn 1 here and a Robber on turn 2. And then we're just going to curve 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be pretty awesome. Caney Imra. Lol. Okay. Well, I don't know what that means, but sounds good. This is the weakest hand I've kept so far. I had a home football game. Fair enough. This is the type of deck we want to get paired versus, but our draw is not particularly good, and on top of it not being particularly good, we were on the draw. So, unless they're mana screwed or something, this is certainly not where we want to be. But we're going to keep playing our Fiends and turning them sideways, and maybe we'll get there. That's an Oko. Annie, are you Oko? Are you Oko, Annie? I don't know. I'm just saying words now. Pretty sure I'm going to just spell break and attack both at Oko. Is there any reason to play Domri? don't think so. If I just made this a 4/4, Domri could have fought the food token next turn. But don't think that's good enough. We also could have played a Hellcat next turn if we wanted. It created another food token. Interesting. If they're creating another food token, they have a play this turn for sure. Seems like they're thinking awfully hard here. Okay. Let's get physical, baby. I do not like this thing's graphic. Is this a thing? Canny Cool? Who's Canny, by the way? Is that Canister? It's one place I've never been gifted a sub to. I'm not actually sure. I assume it's Canister. He played Jeskai Embassy yesterday and was done quite the lovely with it. Quite the lovely. So they made that a 3/3 instead of one of the food tokens. That's interesting to me. Maybe they have a second Oko? Alright, now we have options. We can Hellcat, kill Oko, attack for 4. We can Domri, fight Grazer, attack him with all. I think I like Domri, fight Grazer. I think I'd rather play this first, though. Humph. Okay, bonus done. Five-0. Long way to go, though. He just likes to have fun. It is a little BM, but whatever. Who cares? Well, we've done better than I thought I would do. We started off with a wonderful 5-0. That means we still have at least 2 more matches to play. Ooh, and we won a dice row. Well, we're certainly going to keep this 7. Still have a Bone Chewer here in case they have a Priest. And I think Priest is their most important card, so... one of the problems with a match like this, however, is we don't really have an answer to spawn if they're playing the 3-color build. or sorry, the 2-color build, which looks like they're not. If they're playing Steamkin, they're probably just red deck wins, which is exactly the type of match we want to get paired versus. We want to get paired versus smaller creature decks. This is something I found. I've saw several lists like it. Huh. I'm definitely going to kill that, I think. Think killing that's better than attacking for 7? Don't want to give him a chance to block or whatever. Yeah, so we gotta put a stop in here because we don't want them to attack. Move to the attack step. Then we'll try to chew on some bones. Yes, I know it's named Bone Crusher, but I'm going to keep calling it Bone Chewer forever. Okay. So that's out of their hand now. Now we have this. Kind of sucks. We ended up losing our Bone Crusher, but still fine. Like, our 4/4 is pretty good here. This is sacrifice a thing, right? Yeah, it's a sacrifice a thing. Huh. For example. That card's pretty good. They went to my head with that one. That's interesting. Alright, so we'll play you. Play you. We'll give this one haste because we know next turn they're going to probably use this anyway. They're unlikely to be able to block both. Well, if they don't have a land, that'd be awesome. Well, they have a land. They're going to lose the Hardy if they don't use it this turn. Attack with all. Yeah. What is this turn? Was that 6 wins then? Yeah. I keep getting all these cards and I'm not sure why. But it's whatever. Alright, well that's 6 wins. Alright. 6-0 is where we gotta go now. We gotta win a Friday Night Magic, friends. 6-0. Just gotta win a Friday Night Magic. In theory, that shouldn't be too hard, right? How did Corey do, since somebody asked if this is what Corey was playing? Did Corey get his 12 wins? Double removal spell. We don't have anything to play on one. We have both of our lands anyway. Our Friday Night Magics are usually 4 rounds of Swiss and then a top 4 and a top 2. So they are 1-drops in the deck, but I don't think there's any chance that I would be playing. I wouldn't be taking a Pelt Collector here ever, would I? Like, I'm almost for sure taking a land. So in other words, I think I can just play this and pass. Two Simic decks. Like Simic Flash or just Simic? The reason I didn't play it, Murph, is because if I draw a land, I can get a creature with it. But we didn't draw the land either way. So now we have to take a land. I think I'm going to take the Stomping Ground. They are double red spells in their deck. Guess there's only one double red spell in our deck. If this is going to the bottom. If they're playing these colors, they're probably an aggro deck. I'm just gonna take the forest then. This is a double red spell if you play it for 5. I like how we hit a stomping ground and that potentially proves Murph right. But I gave myself a chance to draw another land. If I'd drawn another land, I wouldn't have taken the stomping ground. So I wanted to draw my card. Rude Murph. Alright, so versus a deck of this nature, I'm pretty sure I'm just the control deck. I think I'm just gonna block here. I think I'm gonna block there and play a 4/4. But we do have to get to the massive fatties, right? Like, right now we're missing mana and we only have 1/4/4 in our hand. That's probably good for us. That's probably less good for us. Land, please? Oh, what a neato. I was tempted just to play a questing beast and get down there, but well, I think I punted this turn. Yeah, I definitely just punted. Not killing the knight and playing a 4/3 had to be wrong. In my mind, when I made the play, the Gideon was just going to be... I forgot the Gideon went to 5 loyalty. Yep, like I said, it was a punt. I don't know if it was a big enough punt for us to lose, but it was certainly a punt. 2 lethal threats now. And that's all she wrote. Oh no! We've dealt 2 damage to ourselves. I'm definitely gonna have to tighten up the play to get these last 5. Looks like we've lost to dice roll. And I'm gonna mulligan. There's 14 red sources and 4 once upon a time, so I'm tempted. I was tempted. We had about a 1 in 3 chance. Two of those red sources come into play tapped, though. So with 2 of those red sources come into play tapped, and if we drew to Once Upon a Time on turn 2 or 3, we have to spend 2 mana into it. So it's not an actual 18. Like I know the math. Like I said, it's probably about 1 in 3 if you take those other 2 factors into account. I don't think these decks play Deafening Clarion. If they do, I potentially just made a huge mistake. kind of just want to play this. So if we use this, kill this, attack for 7, they go down to 9. End of turn, shock them. I'm just gonna play this. I think it's better if they don't have a sweeper. Well, this is awesome for us. Said if they don't. I forget lane, to be honest. I think we're 7-0 maybe. It's lethal either way, Murph. Both math were lethal. I mean, it was lethal either way. Both maps were legal. I don't know if it's the nuts. I expected there to be a lot of little aggro decks in I pulled a deck list up for people that just got here. I expected there to be a lot of things like Mardu Knights and stuff like that, or like Mono Black or whatever. And I wanted a deck that had Questing Beasts and Hellkites in case we got paired versus field decks. So I thought this deck was just the best of both worlds. A little bit better versus the aggro decks because we're a little bit bigger than them. That's typically how you beat aggro decks. While having cards like Collision and stuff that match up well versus Spawn of Mayhem. And I thought it'd be fine versus GRUUL decks. I think it's going to be bad versus Oko decks, and I think it's going to be bad versus the Fire decks. So far we've got lucky and got paired versus 2 Fires decks, and we've just basically nut drew them both onto play. I'm pretty sure if either of those games, if we were on the draw, we'd probably lose. So, just trying to metagame the system a little bit. But hopefully we can get these last 4 wins. We've got paired versus 1 Oko deck so far, but they got stuck on 3 mana, and we got pretty lucky there. We've been running pretty hot, winning a lot of Datros. Example, another Datro one. I'm definitely taking this. I'm just pausing a little bit trying to decide whether I'm going to shock on one or not. I don't think there's enough decks for me to shock on one. I do not have the deck list posted, but I can post it if that's something that people are interested in. This game's already looking kind of bad. We got one of their fields, though. That's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm supposed to get this questing beast or not. Yes, not, because if we hit the land, we can just Hellkite anyway. I think there's a good chance my ground creatures just doesn't do any more damage this game. And if that's a true statement, maybe I'm not supposed to kill the Grazer. Nah. Not really sure. I dropped my napkin on the floor. Give me a second. I guess that actually worked out. My creatures are going to deal with damage again this game. I wasn't necessarily sure that they would. This gives them really bad blocks. I don't have a fancy sideboard, but I do have a sideboard. So hopefully they don't have the sweeper. They do have the sweeper. That's unfortunate. Robert would be kind of nice. The spellbreaker would be the best. That's not necessarily good. I wonder if I should have just got the Golos that turn. Looks like we're about to drop this one. Where were you last turn, my friend? Guess I'll be putting the sideboard up for those who ask. I don't actually know how. Stream Decker, right? Is there any way to paste this into Stream Decker? Can I only upload it? Paste deck list. Awesome. Made some decisions this game that could have definitely just been very wrong. And there's a good chance I should have played the Golos and not hit for 4 of the one turn. Seen enough. Let's get this deck list out for those who care. Yeah, I'm almost positive I was just supposed to go Los that turn. I guess I have to go up here and do it. Like I don't even own the cards for it. Export. Paste. Submit. Yeah, Jeskai's pretty good too. I definitely made a second version of Jeskai today that I was considering before we picked this deck. I definitely think Jeskai's in the top 3 decks. Whoops. Alright. Pressure's on. We gotta get 4 in a row. I believe that game was winnable had I made better decisions, though. Definitely feel like I should have played the Golos. So this hand wants to get paired versus something like Mardu extremely bad. Not good for us. We're on the draw versus the version that has more interaction. Come on, let me just go to the end of my turn. Guess we want to find a pelt collector in the top 6 here. We did not find a pelt collector in our top 6. Based on how this game started off, it's looking real bad. This might be the end of the road. That's relatively good for us. Womp womp. So you can time warp next turn at instant speed. But we're already hurting really bad here. Yeah. This is what we call in the business just dead. Just dead, no outs. It's interesting that I played this deck hoping to beat field decks with it, and I'm going to lose the 2 field decks in a row. 2 fairly different field decks on top of that. Unless Questing Beast is a true hero. Oh, I can't play anything else here. It's too easy for him to have time lap. What does it play now? Finish this off and play a goblin? 1 mana away from casting a 7/7? I think the Fires deck's good. Alright. Oh. We need a Hellcat or another questing beast stat. That is neither of the approved things. Just +1/+0, right? Yeah. They can play a 7/7 now if they're so inclined. So now the questing beast is significantly worse. So now we just need a Hellcat stat. And the Hellcat needs to deal 20. Oh no. Red Rover, send a Hellcat on over. You're not a Hellcat. Can't even play my collision. You're so bad. Wah, wah. Guess I could have attacked with the robber. Maybe I'd have got a cool card from them. Probably not play very many more turns this game. Yep, not very many more turns at all. Don't think we have enough time to get there even if we do Hellcat. If I just use this, will it stop giving me priority? I really don't want priority anymore. I've had enough of this priority. Opponent, quit it. Casual 16, 12, or 2/2s? Well, I have to play one of these to even get to draw a card with this, so... Hey, we had a time wipe. Kinda what we wanted. We needed a sweeper to keep playing. I don't know if it matters, but we hit it. That little Robert or Rich is trying to get wild. Ah, well, he found a way to get another turn. If they don't have a land, we could still race with a Hellcat, probably. You're not a Hellcat. So they're going to play like some circuitous route or something like that, and we're just going to get crushed. No, guess not. I guess we somehow get another turn. Fortunately, Big Daddy's got vigilance. All the Big Daddies. Uh-oh. Well, now we can't even get enough cards out of our hand to draw what we need with Robber. Go Gadget Death Touch. Guess I have to hit a sweeper next turn to still be alive, so I might as well throw that thing under the bus. If they play both their spells, I guess we don't even have a way to be alive. Yeah, well. Alright, we're dead. They've emptied their hand. We'll play our spells because never give up, never surrender. JK. Ah, 8-2. Could have been better, could have been worse. We got some stuff. That was pretty cool. I wanted both of these cards. I wanted all three of these cards. Pretty happy about that. Yeah, we'll claim our prize. We'll do all this other stuff by putting in our mastery tokens and stuff before we log out. We got our Murderous Rider. We got some packs to open too. I think I have all the rares from this set. Hopefully we can hit a mythic or a wild card. Hey, we hit Niv Mizzet. Awesome. GRUUL deck was pretty good. I might make some changes to the deck, but I've definitely run it back, I think. Hidden Fires are probably my two decks I look at most for this best of one event. We need a lot of rares from Throne. Cool. That's a card I crafted some of the other day. So that feels awesome. So is that Troll King we got too. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, well, it was a pretty fun event. I'll pull the deck list up one more time for anybody who cares. Had fun with it. It felt relatively strong. Might be weaker versus the field decks than I expected. I thought between this this top end of these 8 cards that we'd be able to get around them, but when they were on to play and just casting Grazer onto, which a lot of them aren't playing 4 Grazers anymore, we're like really struggling to get damage through. The other deck I was considering for this is this Jeskai deck. Just doing Jeskai Walker things. And then there's the Jeskai Fires deck too, the Juza type deck. I don't really understand this deck. I saw somebody go 8-2 with it, and I heard somebody go 12-1 with it, and I've personally not lost with it on the ladder, but I've personally not understood how I won almost half of my games. Because, like, these 9 cards have been really, really bad for me. But the Castle Ventresses and the Fires and the Drones have just been enough to get me over the hurdle. But like these 9 cards have been so bad for me, which is why I keep looking towards the Planeswalker build. Like I just cast this and they block with 2/2s forever, and I feel terrible. But anyway, thank you all so much for coming by. I'm gonna go get some cookies and watch SCG all day. Take care, everybody. See you, Koro and Murph and Geo and Camizadeo? Yeah, I probably said your name wrong. Shaolin, Rex, Anaraf, Mookdun, who cares? I don't know how many of you are still here. But if you are still here, thank you. Thank you for watching the best Magic player at my house. Competition isn't that steep. My mom quit playing at 4th edition. Take care, everyone.